Welcome back, guys. So I made some benches. I made more than this, hold on. All right, this is better. I made 7 of these bloody things. They're heavy, they're sturdy, and I don't know, I kind of like this little detail that's in here, the little hole with the split legs. It does add some stuff. It does add stability, it lightens the weight. And really, it's a little detail that makes it look a little bit prettier. Like a little thought went into it. So guys, let's make some sawdust. So as with 90% of my videos, it starts with making big pieces of wood into small pieces of wood. The easiest way to accomplish building so many benches with so many identical parts is to cut every piece out at the same time. Have to use my jigsaw here because I just got a chop saw or miter saw from my father-in-law. However, it was just a little too small to accommodate the 2x12s. I really do enjoy using my jigsaw because it's so versatile and you can do so many projects with it. Now this is where the miter saw really does shine, making all these braces. Now you could just attach the legs directly to the top without any braces. It is possible. However, it would never be nearly as effective and it would be wiggly and it'd be a safety hazard. So you have to make these little 45-degree braces. Now for the real fun part, marking everything out. Had to strike a center line and then find the center mark for where I'm going to drill the holes. And then while I was at it, I marked where the legs were 3 inches in from the side. And then I struck a line up just a little over where the hole would be. This gives you the best type of leg. And then you have to drill them all out. I used 1/8 and 1 inch bit here, 1 inch and 1/8 bit here because I figured it looked nice. And then I used my bandsaw to cut the legs out. Bandsaw was just big enough to make the cuts, so that was a real good, real lucky thing to happen to me. Now, I swear my wife is part cat or something because whenever there's something vertical, she has to knock it over. I don't know. Anyways, this is where the leg assembly started coming together. It took a while to figure out how to put them together, but once we figured it out, it went along pretty quickly. Now, take notice of the grain direction here. You can see the grain is all going in the same direction, and that'll help as the seasons change with the expansion and contraction of the wood, and help keep the legs and everything else from cracking and breaking. I'll probably end up doing a whole video on that later in the year, but just take notice of it now. Putting the legs together is awesome, especially once it starts going onto the actual bench, because it starts looking like a real thing, and that's one of my favorite parts of the project, of any project, is when it starts coming together and you can actually see it in front of you. It's like, wow, I did this. So I'd like to take a minute here to thank my Patreons over at patreon.com. You guys are awesome, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys like what I do here, if you like the projects I build, if you just want to help me get along, go over to patreon.com/Knightsmith, and remember, even $1 a month helps tremendously. thanks for watching, guys. I hope you really appreciate it because I had a ton of fun building these. All right, that's a lie. This was a huge pain in the ass to build this many. 1 would have been fun. 7 is a bit excessive. However, there was an event that was being held at this space that required a lot of seats. The easiest way to do that is benches. Lots of benches. So I made lots of benches. There are a few things I do want to change and modify on them a little bit. I want to dog-ear the corners, a little bit easier on the shins when you knock yourself into them, because you will. I want to sand them, round over all the exposed edges. I just didn't have time before the event because I made a bit of a time calculation error. I thought it was at 4 o'clock, started at 2, but that was probably the best thing I could have done as far as advertising, because I was bringing bench after bench after bench out, and you saw how I kind of cut everything, then I made all the leg assemblies, then you do everything in big steps. So I was able to pull a bench out of there with help from my wife every 5 minutes, and people were like, "Are you making those, or are you storing them? You're using power tools?" Like, no, I'm making them right now. And so that was great, and the whole place smelled of fresh cut wood, so everyone really enjoyed it, and yeah, kind of awesome. What do you guys think? What would you have done better? What would you have done differently? These things are rock solid, and as per general building standards, you want two feet per person, so 8-foot benches, 28 people. Hit that subscribe button and join me, guys, because I like doing content like this for you. So thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for helping make this world better. One kerf at a time, and I'll see you next week.